I'm gonna try to make this video pretty quick if I can. All right, and this pretty much goes for like any I mean, I got the Maschine Plus right here, but this goes for like the MPC, the SP, you know, the Maschine, of course. This product just released like not too long ago, that we've been trying to find like a portable solution to, you know, to take this wherever we want to go and be able to get the power to use it. So and I know the price on them those AC/DC power banks that actually has the AC/DC ports up in it, you know, those could be a bit pricey for a good one. You're gonna be spending over $100. And I know me personally, I was like, you know, I just coughed up close to 16 for this and the SD card. So, you know, spending that much at that very moment was like, you know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna do it. There's gotta be a cheaper way, right? So now I'm not no electrician or anything of that nature, but this is gonna work, all right? So pretty much what I bought was this RavPower. What is it, like 20,000? Okay. All right, and the main thing you want to focus on, the USB port, C port, USB type C port. You want that, right? So with this, it came with the USB type C, both ends. All right, and see, the thing about the USB type C cables are they can manage, or they could transfer a lot more power than a regular USB type A or micro USB. So that's why, you know, a lot of like charging bricks, like they always have the USB type C, and that's because of the reason, because they could transfer more power from whatever power source that it's getting it from. All right, so with this power brick, it came with the power brick, came with this, and of course it came with like a little suede bag, velvet type bag. So this came with that, right? And then I bought this separately. And with this, you know, you got all your universal, you know what I mean? You got all your you know, your adapters, depending on whatever, you know, whether if it was a laptop or just any type of sampler that you're using, you got that. And it also came with this. All right, and then this female is a USB type C. So what I did was plug this in, find the one that actually fits for the Maschine Plus, which is this right here. All right, do that right. Remember that USB type C port that we was talking about? We're gonna plug it in. Oh, and this is in and out. So you know what I mean? So any USB type C port, you want to make sure that it's out for the most part, you know, because you're trying to get the juice, the energy, the power up out of the power bank. All right. So you know, but in this case, you know, it's universal. It goes in and out. You can charge it. You can charge it from there, and you actually get power from it as well. So I'm gonna put the USB type C up in here. All right. You know, so it's ready to go. And then we're gonna plug this thing up in here. Boom, you already see the light. You already know what that means. It's go time. You know, so far so good, right? You know, we're gonna let it load so I could just kind of show that, you know, it's good money. Boom, you in the door. All right, now I only use this with this, I can't even say over an hour, but I'll be on it often, but it hasn't been over an hour, just as far as like one session upon it. So so I don't know how long the power, or how long this power bank will last, you know, to keep this up and running, but I know it works. All right, now I'm about to just show you up on Amazon and the specs of why this power bank works. All right, so this is pretty much the portable charger, the power bank right here. So I was like, you know, I'm looking at all these portable chargers, and but with this one, and then you see the price too, so that instantly like caught my attention. And I saw, you know, first I saw the wattage and I saw the price, so I go ahead and click on it, and I like scroll down, and you know, like I'm just scrolling, you know, just going down, and you know, you see they got plenty of other ones, you know what I mean, like 45 watt, you know, like, but you know, 70, 80, like, okay, but you know, the one I got right now that's working for me is $30. and I ain't with the coupon. So I was scrolling down, and of course I'm trying to go to the specs. Did I pass? Oh no, it's actually right here. All right, I don't know if y'all could be able to see that. Hold on, let me try to zoom in for y'all real quick. See, and I instantly see like MacBooks and, you know, and other laptops and just, you know what I mean, just all that. So I'm like, okay, so if it could charge up laptops, most likely it probably got a good edge, you know, to even work for the machine. So as I'm looking at the specifications, I see the voltage, you know what I mean? And like I said, with micro USBs, you really don't get no power as far as, well, that's the input though. Hold on, let's go to the output though. We got 5 volts, 9 volts, 12 volts, 15 volts. Now that's the area right there that we're at when it comes down to the machine, because the machine plus what does it work with? It's 15 volts and 2.6 amps, right? So like, but this is 15/3. So we already winning, and then it goes even better. It goes above that with even 20 volts. So when you're actually working with like power banks, you always want the power bank to have more power than what you actually need. So that way it could be able to cover everything, you know, because when we're making beats, you know, we got a CPU, you know, it's pretty much a processor up in there. So like, you know, it could peak here and there depending on what type of plugins you're using and things of that nature. So it might run a little tougher up on the power bank. At least with this one, if it go up to 20 volts, it should be able to take all that, you know what I mean, all that work that we're putting up on the machine. But there was one part up on here that had me like, okay, but which output is it coming from? Like, but I already knew for sure it wasn't coming from the micro USB part. But see, but that's the input though. But where did I see the output though? Because it clearly broke it down, or maybe I was looking at the other one or something. But now the thing is, you don't want to get no power bank that's way below it, like you know, like 12 volts or 9 volts. Like if you get anything to where the max is like 12 volts, yeah, don't and get it. Like, just especially with the 9 volts and 5 volts, you know. And I'll make sure I put a link in the description. And then the other thing that I ended up buying along with this was those adapters. So let's go over there real quick. So yeah, this is what I pretty much got though. You know what I mean? So yeah, so I pretty much put the two together, made the purchase, and look at the price too, $12. So $11.99 if you really want to, if you want to really be precise. But you know, yeah, like it definitely beat. Because what was Sarah saying? The YouTuber, y'all know who I'm talking about. Hers, I even looked up hers, and hers was $100. Yeah, it was like $99. And DDS's, see, I think his is like $130 for his power bank. So you know what I mean. So like, and theirs both have, like both of their power banks have the AC/DC port. You know, and once again, you know, it's, you know, it's gonna cost over $100 just to get those type of power banks. So, but yeah, but I just wanted to share this video with y'all because I know a lot of us out there, you know, is like, you know, we just spent a lot of money upon this Maschine Plus, and you know, we just kind of like frightened to plug anything in it and mess around and fry the insides, you know. Like, you know, we definitely don't want to do that. So, you know, but I definitely wanted to be a help. I was surprised I didn't even see as many YouTube videos as far as this situation is concerned. Like, but I at least wanted to be the one to show y'all that I got I found a solution at a cheaper price. Just buy this along with the power bank that I showed y'all, and you good.